I am taking up this brief lecture based on the doubt raised by one student. There is a circuit. You can have various types of circuit. I have just drawn one circuit. 12 volt is applied here, plus 12. There is a resistance R here, which is earth. Earthing doesn't mean anything. You can just replace it, and it is nothing but actually the negative part of the battery. So just to avoid that confusion, either you show negative part of the battery, or in the diagrams it is written like this. So it is basically your negative of the battery. Now there are two diodes, D1 and D2. This has potential drop of say 0.7 and this has potential drop of 0.3. First of all, we should know when two diodes are connected in series and when they are connected in parallel, how it affects the potential drop. So when diodes are connected in series, if this is the potential drop 7 here and 0.3 here, the potential drop of equivalent diode is basically combined diode is 0.7 plus 0.3. It is like you have a place A and you have a place B. This road is there and this road is there. This is length L1, this is length L2, and say L1 is greater than L2. When you join these lengths in series, this is the length you have to travel to reach here. So both L1 and L2 will exhaust your energy. If your energy is some potential initially, it will be some factor multiplied by the length, say some proportional factor A, L1 plus L2, you will get the resultant potential. This was your energy when you started moving, and because of length L1 and L2, this will be the energy. Now this is how diodes behave. If you arrange them, if between two places A and B, there are two paths, one is L1 and one is L2, and L1 is greater than L2 and you know that. So will you go by L1 or you will go by L2? You will take the shorter path, this one. So this path is whether it is there or not, it is immaterial. This can be of any length now for you. Even if this is cut for you, you will prefer the shorter length. This is what happens in case of diode. Now had I connected them in parallel, this is 0.7, this is 0.3, this diode will be part of my circuit, and if potential here is V1, here will be V1 minus 0.3, not 0.7. The lower of the two will determine my potential at the other end. And this is when the diodes are forward biased. When the diodes are reverse biased, they behave like a barrier, means you can just treat them as open. So if suppose in this circuit, now let me take a situation where this is the position. If it is 12 volt here, here you will have at point B, this is point A, VB will be 12 minus 0.3, the lower of the two. It is 11.7 is VB. Now suppose in the problem it is given that I reverse this diode and I make it as a reverse bias like this. When the diode is reverse biased, its potential barrier is very high. So as far as your level is concerned, at your level, reverse bias diode will not allow the passage of current. It will not allow the drift current, which is in microamperes. If you look at the flow of current, the diagram for the diode, it is like this, and this is the reverse bias current. Here it is milliampere, here it is microampere. This is the voltage, this is the reverse voltage, this is current. So when it is reverse bias, negligible current as for all practical purpose flows. So just keep it as some kind of a open thing. So current will flow only through this. So if this was reverse biased, your voltage B in that case will be 12 minus 0.7, which will be 11.3 VB. had I reverse biased the other one, suppose it is 0.7, 0.3, I reverse bias this voltage. Now this is reverse bias, so the reverse bias, it is as good as blocking the flow of current. So just in your mind keep it open kind of thing. So this is your, so VB remains 11.7 in that situation. So you have to keep in mind the situation, and reverse bias, forward bias, when they are in series, when they are in parallel, don't add them like resistance when they are in parallel. That has to be kept in mind.